The Dallas Cowboys gained an extra $10 million in salary cap space when the release of La'el Collins officially hit the books. That brings them to a total of $22.5 million in available cap space for this upcoming season, and almost unimaginably a large sum for the Cowboys, so many observers and one front office executive continues to insist the Cowboys are in cap hell. The Cowboys went into the offseason with just about $23.5 million in over the cap, but they had the third worst value in the entire NFL. Just 12 weeks later, the Cowboys are sitting pretty with $22.5 million available in cap space, which makes them the fourth highest value in the league. That's a swing of $46 million. So are you still buying what cap shooter Stephen Jones is telling you? Probably not. Look, the Cowboys have until mid-July to sign Schultz to a long-term deal. Otherwise, he will play the 2022 NFL season under the franchise tag, which currently runs at over $10 million. With a continuously rising salary cap, it always makes sense to re-sign players early, as their price will inevitably increase a year later. But the Cowboys have yet to read the memo about this. They whiffled badly on quarterback Dak Prescott's contract extension, and they did the same again with Schultz, because between the time they could have re-signed him and the time they will re-sign him, fellow tight end David Njoku signed a 4-year contract extension in Cleveland worth over $56 million. So consider that the new floor for any negotiation with Schultz's agents. Or the Cowboys could simply sign a big free name agent. Frankly, the time to sign free agents is long gone, unless you're willing to pick up the scraps left over after the free agency party this last March. But maybe there's a journeyman nobody has ever heard of that can be had on the cheap, Cowboy style, right? There's also a couple of big name free agents left, like linebacker Anthony Barr for the Cowboys unsigned. Such a signing would be a guaranteed crowd pleaser for that part of the Cowboys fan base that has been clamoring for a big name addition for the team for years, regardless of whether such a move would make any sense. Or the Cowboys could trade for wide receiver N'Keal Harry of the Patriots, who declined Harry's 5th-year option. They traded for wide receiver Devontae Parker from Miami, and Harry himself had previously requested a trade. Harry would count $1.9 million against the cap for the Cowboys, and in Dallas, he could be a stopgap until Michael Gallup is healthy again. Or, depending on how the season goes, the Dallas Cowboys could be looking for late addition to bolster their postseason chances. Such a move would not be without precedent in Dallas. The Cowboys traded for wide receiver Roy Williams in October of 2008, a move that backfired spectacularly, but they shouldn't rule out all future trades on principle. The last big move the Cowboys made close to the trade deadline was with wide receiver Amari Cooper in October of 2018. The issue here will likely be the high price in terms of draft picks for a quality addition, not so much the cap impact. And finally, the Cowboys could roll over the money for next season, which would allow the Cowboys to be more active in free agency than they've ever been in the past. Though, the reluctance to spend big in free agency doesn't have much to do with the cap in the first place. For once though, they could try to get ahead of the curve and re-sign 2 of their draft picks to early and therefore cheaper extensions, and 2020 draftees became eligible to sign or new contracts extensions after the 2022 season ends. The Cowboys have both CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs that qualified for an early extension. Regardless of what happens, the Cowboys have a boatload of money and can do one in a million things with that cash. We just hope Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones make the right decisions that will lead the Cowboys back to a Super Bowl.